I am really excited. I just designed and cut out my very first word book on the Gypsy. With the new updates and some of the improvements, I think I am really going to like my Gypsy. This was not hard to do. Later, I will probably do a few video tutorials as I get a little more comfortable with the Gypsy. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and cut out the decorative cardstock. This says Summer Fun. I've got it cut out in chipboard. We're now ready to cut it out in decorative or solid color cardstock, and then we can go back and embellish it. One thing, I get a lot of questions about chipboard. I do have the chipboard that I use available for sale on my blog, bugjunkie.blogspot.com. If you're interested, it's on the left hand sidebar. Scroll down, I think probably about halfway, and you'll find the information on that. This chipboard was multi-cut twice, and as you can tell, it cuts out very clean, nice smooth edges. I have these really fun summer colors. All of this solid color cardstock is from Paper Tray Ink, and they're just super bright, fun, and I love the blues and the yellows and oranges together. We're going to load our first sheet on the mat. For this book, you will need the Life's a Beach cartridge. I also used George for the base shapes or the base pages, and this font, Summer, is from Life's a Beach. The word Fun is from Base Camp. Let's see if we can get this cut out. We are on layer 1, and I hope you can see. I'm hoping there's not a glare and you can actually see my mat. The first thing we need to do is go back to our basic menu, select cut. We're ready to load the mat. No, we're going to do it on the Gypsy. I have to get used to this. Okay, our paper is loaded. We only need to cut this one time since it's cardstock. I had it on multi-cut too for the chipboard. Going to cut it once, select cut. It will ask you to check your blade depth and pressure. I have both of those at max. Okay. My mat must not be sticky enough. I'm going to cheat. I don't have time to get mat sticky and dried and ready to do this. I'm going to use my ATG. I am going to apply it where I know that my blade is not going to cut, so it will not cut into the adhesive. Otherwise it might gum up your blade. Because I hit stop on here, it said emergency stop. The current cut cannot be completed. We will hit OK. Now we have to hit cut and hit load mat. And let's see if that will work. I think that will do it. We can unload the mat. And it all lines up like it should. Now I will go through and cut out all of my pages. One thing you want to remember, when you go to cut out the back of your page, if you're using decorative cardstock, you want to put it face down on the mat because this is a mirror image. So the side that you want to show on the back of your page, put face down on your mat when you cut it. I am now adhering my cardstock to my chipboard. I am using a product called Fabri-Tac. You can find it at Walmart or your local craft store. It's a good adhesive. It's permanent when it dries. but you do have some playtime. If you don't get your page lined up quite correctly, you can pull it up and realign it, and it won't tear it up like with the ATG adhesive that is permanent instantly. And it doesn't take a lot. You don't have to, and you do not have to cover the entire page. I've had my Fabri-Tac for a while and I think it's getting kind of thick. I probably need to open my new bottle, but I'm trying to use this up. I'm just going to go around the edges, and then I'll give a little bit in the middle. Line it up with your page, and I've got it all over my fingers. Let's see. So you can kind of push it around until you get it all lined up. Just like that. Then I've already cut out my decorative layer for the wording. As you can tell, I've already done the summer, the word summer. And if you want, you can cut it out again on the flip side for the mirror image and apply it to the back of your page. I normally don't do that, mainly because I'm lazy. And for these letters, you can use the Fabri-Tac, you can use your ATG, you can use your Zig glue pen. I want it to be good and sticky, so I'm using the Fabri-Tac again. You just adhere it to your page right over the main image, and it defines it, because when you weld your letters to your page, if you weld them very far in, you lose the definition. So by going back and cutting the layers again, it does outline and define each letter completely. Now that I have my book put together, I have all of my cardstock adhered to the pages. I have the extra decorative, or the layers attached to the letters. I'm ready to go in and add photo mats. I'm going to use the decorative cardstock for this. When I first started doing shape albums and word books, I used to always use my good decorative cardstock for the base page to cut out each page. Then I wanted to add photo mats, and I covered up all of my decorative cardstock. So I found that I like it better just to find coordinating solid color cardstock for the base pages, and then save the decorative cardstock for your photo mats so that they will be on the top and you can actually see it. Here is my Summer Fun mini album. Because of time limits with YouTube, I could not video the entire process, so I went ahead and finished it up, but wanted to show you how it ended up. I've added some cute summer ribbon to the binding. I bound it with the Bind It All. Summer, the way I originally had it, it wasn't bright enough, so I recut the layers and added it in a bright pink. The Wave is a border punch from Fiskars. Daydream and Flip Flops are from Life's a Beach also. The flip flops were cut at 2 inches and Daydream at 1 1/4 inches. The paper that looks like sand is from Die Cuts with a View. I hand tore it and inked the edges so it looks like waves coming into the sand. And the last page is just blank. I mean, I just added a photo mat and a journal tag on the last 2 pages. There are lots of cute images on Life's a Beach, so if you wanted to cut out more die cuts and add, you could. I just kept this simple. Mainly I wanted to play with the Gypsy and try to figure out how to make a word book or shape album